Hello, today we're going to make a video of planting a tree. So there's basically 3 stages in planting a tree. 1, digging the hole. 2, placing the plant in the hole and backfilling. And 3, finishing. Digging the hole. First thing is you take the plant in question, place it where you want it, and then take your spade and mark out an area 6 inches at least outside of the pot all the way around, and that will mark the perimeter of your hole. To get the proper depth of the hole, take and mark the height of the ball on your spade. I'll just pinch down here to the soil like this. So I'm going to come about 2 inches below the top of my spade. Use my shovel as a straight edge. Put it down in there. I've got about 2 or 3 more inches to go. There, I've got about the right depth. Now I'm just kind of evening up the sides a little bit, taking some of the roundedness off the hole. For a container tree, it's nice for the hole to have a flat bottom because the root ball is flat on the bottom. You don't want any air spaces in there. Perfect depth. So our hole's dug, proper diameter, proper depth. And now that we've got the hole dug, the last thing we need to do before we put the plant in is to go around the outside of the hole and just rough up the areas that have been compacted by the movement of the shovel. See right here how it's kind of smooth and shiny? You just kind of go around and mess those up. What that does is provides a good knitting of the soil, the surrounding soil with the backfilled soil and the roots. It will enable the roots to grow out into the surrounding area better. Taking the pot off, lay the plant down, very gently support the trunk and just pull it out. It's a good idea to just kind of rough up the outside of the root ball a little bit just to get the roots growing out into the surrounding soil. Take the plant, set it down in here. So somehow it's a little bit low right now, so I'm going to take it back out, put a little bit of soil back in there, just press it down with my hand. Don't beat on it, just press it down, get it firm. Put the ball back in there. Stand back, look at the tree in relation to some other things that are straight up and down, like a telephone pole or something that I'm seeing off in the distance. Do any little bit of tweaking, just leaning this way just a little bit. So I'm going to take and just shove a little bit of soil under there. Doesn't take much. There you've got the tree set. Now it's just a simple matter of backfilling. You don't want to put down more than about 6 inches of soil per lift when you're backfilling. On a smaller plant like this, just fill it about half the way up. If you get any big clods, break them up. Then just go around and just firmly press down on the soil. Do not beat on the soil. Don't take and slug it down. Just press it down. Get it nice and firm. Get that lift done. Put the remaining soil back into the hole. I like doing it with my hands. You can do this part with a rake or a shovel if you want. Again, breaking the clods up. So we finish filling up. Do not put any soil on top of the root ball. You should always be able to see that. Again, your second lift. Use body weight. Put it into place. If you don't like crawling around like I do, you can take and just gently press down with your foot. Notice I'm not stomping it. I'm putting my foot there, putting some weight on it. Last little bit. And stage 2 is over. Tree is placed and backfilled. Okay, the purpose of the dish is to make it easier to water the tree. With the 3-inch dish around it, we can put about 3 inches of water in there and allow it to soak down into the root system and the surrounding soil instead of running away across the ground. It will drastically speed up the watering process. Another reason for the 3-inch dish around it is that you want to put about 3 inches of mulch. I know in advance it's going to take about 2/3 of that bag. So I put that in, fill the dish up, and then just lightly cover the soil berm that you made around it. Smooth the mulch off so it's not a big lump. And then the very last thing you do, it's very important, is to go around the trunk and just pull the mulch back from the trunk at about a 45-degree angle. Just take your hand, push it back, and that will keep the soil off of the trunk. The bark of the tree doesn't really like to have mulch on it, so it's just a nice little finishing touch. Do that, just kind of pat it down, make sure it doesn't look like a volcano, and you're done.